Hey guys, this is Tobias with Garage Prospecting, and what you're looking at is what was left of the 7 pounds of material that Shannon Ellis, Goldpan of Goldpan and Suntans, sent to us. I'm going to run the second batch of this after I finish classifying it. So as you can see, it's a lot of brown New Mexico material. There is some +8 in there that we will take out. I've already run it through the dry magnetic separator and pulled out, I don't know if you can see, I'd say a good portion of the magnetite. But what's really funny, of course, is I found some more of those small pieces of wire in there as well. So it's funny that now we've got them from Alaska, Idaho, and now New Mexico. So I don't know what it is about these areas. It's like at some point there must have been a rainfall of wires from the sky or something. It's just really strange that you get it from 3 different batches of material. So I don't know. I'm going to process this because it's a lot of material. I'm going to process this through the big classifiers. So I'm going to start with an 8, go to a 12, and go to a 20. And my plan at the moment is to run the 8 through the big Vibrasluice, and then the 12, and maybe take the concentrates from that, move that through the cleanup sluice, and then put the 12 through the spiral and the 20 through the blue bowl. But I won't know until I actually see how much material there is in each of those categories. All right, so let me take a break here. I will classify and come back to you as soon as I'm finished with the classification. So here's what I got out of it. I have the +8 material, -8 material, -12 material, and -20 material. And I think what I've decided to do, so first of all of this is going to the Mighty Mill. I checked through it and I'm going to show you what I found. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to run the -8, -12, and -20 through the Vibrasluice. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the concentrates from that run and run it through the cleanup sluice. Now this is the first time I've ever taken that approach. Usually I go from the cleanup sluice to the blue spiral, to the blue bowl, to the Miller table. But I've been experimenting with different ways to approach this kind of thing. And I thought, all right, well, we haven't done that. We haven't run it through the Vibrasluice, taken the concentrates from the Vibrasluice and put them through the cleanup sluice. So I think that's what we're going to do today. But let me show you what I found in the +8s. Now I haven't seen gold in any of the other of the classifications, but I did find this little beauty in the +8. Now it was the only one that was there, and I go through it by hand. Let's take a look at it under the microscope. All right, here's that real nice little picker that I found in the +8 material. You see, it's pretty good looking. Got a lot of texture in it and a lot of shapeliness to it. I was surprised to see it because I'm sure that this material that Shannon sent me was not processed in any way. So I feel very fortunate to have found it in there. Let's take a look at the -8 material real quickly, just so you can see what it looks like and see what we're pulling out of these New Mexico San Pedro mountains. So this is from that GPAA claim that he goes to up in the San Pedros. Let me take it out a little bit so we can open it up a little. There we go. And what you'll see is a lot of granite, some quartz, the white quartz right there. I haven't seen any, and maybe I'll find it here, but I don't think I've seen any translucent quartz. Mostly granite. Again, we're talking about looking at material right now that is about the size of a grain of sand. It's very consistent. There's a little bit of quartz right there on the side. So that's what we're looking at processing. As I said, that's the -8 material, and the other material will be smaller versions of that. I'm not going to put this gold back in there, this little picker back in there. I'll save it for just adding it to the bag and see how much and what we get out of it. All right, let me set up the big Vibrasluice and we will go from there. Stay with me. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go with the Vibrasluice. The water is running at 8.5 volts on that 1100 gallon per hour bilge sluice or bilge pump. I haven't turned the vibrator on. I will turn it on. It's running at 3,500 RPM. And once it starts, it gets loud, so I'll turn the sound off, keep quiet, and you guys can watch. Now, I will be running all three classifications through this vibra sluice first. That is the -8, the -12, the -20. So it's going to be kind of a long run, and like I said, I'll speed it up and be quiet. Here we go. All right, let me take a break, think about what I'm going to do next. It's either going to be the cleanup sluice or the blue spiral to finish this up, or pan. I guess, like I said, I could just pan it out. But let me take a break, get things cleaned up, and make a decision on that. All right? All right, so here we go. These are the, what you're looking at right there in the bucket, are the concentrates from the last run. And I think what I decided to do is put those concentrates, it's going to be a very short run, put those concentrates through the cleanup sluice and see what we can produce and then pan out the final result. After we pan out the final result, we'll dry it off and see if we can get a photo for you. And then we'll make you a little pay dirt bag. So with this material plus some that we add from a garage prospecting bag of pay dirt, or we'll start with a garage prospecting bag of pay dirt, which we know has gold in it, and we'll add whatever we get out of this run plus that one picker that we pulled out of the +8. All right, I'm going to put this in a smaller bowl so I don't have to dig around in the container to do that. Let me get one here. There we go. Okay. Pour some of this dirty water out here. I get one of the smaller spoons. So that's what we're down to. Like I said, it's not very much. What I like about this design, that there's two things, well, there's a lot of things I like, but the things that I especially like are the fact that this is set at 7 degrees, so you don't have to change it every time. And it has this weir that enables you to determine what the water flow should be. It's because it's either going to be too low or too high in that weir. The other thing I like about it is because of the weir, you don't actually have to worry about whether or not your pay dirt is wet or dry. So, all right, I'm going to turn this off, and you guys listen to the music for a little while. off of it. Right there. We got a bunch of flakes and flour and stuff that needs to be cleaned up as usual. So let me get this cleaned up and we'll get it dried up and we'll try and weigh it. That picker should help. See if we can get a weight on it and then we'll make a bag up for you. All right? We got some gold from Goldpan and Suntan. Thank you, Shannon, for that gift of that, what was it, 5-10 pound bag that we started with. Really appreciate it. Who knows, he could win his own gold back. All right, let me go get this cleaned up and then we'll weigh it up or dry it up and get it under the microscope so you guys can see what's happening. All right? All right, let's see what we've got. Turn on that. Add an empty one, zero it out. And the little bit of gold that we got. There's some little nice pieces in there. Oh, 0.1, oh, we gotta let it settle. 0.145, so 145 thousandths of a gram. So I wonder what this, let's see what the picker does for it. All right, 150 thousandths of a gram. And we add that, and it's 0.285. So almost 0.3 of a gram. That's not bad. So let's take a look at it under the microscope, and then I'm going to add it to this. I'll tell you more about that in just a second. See if I can do it without, of course, spilling everything. I'm going to put the picker in there so you can see how much bigger it is than all the other stuff. Okay. So this bag is the bag of our New Mexico blend pay dirt. This already has gold in it. You know, somewhere between 0.2 and 0.3 of a gram. All right? And so what we're going to do is we're going to take that, including that little picker, and I'm going to put that in that bag right there. All right? And we're going to give that away next Wednesday. And like I said, maybe even Goldpan and Suntan can win his pay dirt back. A little bit more refined and everything. Okay? So you've got the gold that comes with the garage prospecting pay dirt bag plus the 0.280 grams that we got out of that run from Goldpan and Suntan's San Pedro claim. So, all right. I thought that was a good night. I liked what I did with big sluice and the small sluice. That was maybe the way we're going to do it, but man, I sure hate leaving the blue bowl out of this stuff because I feel like the blue bowl just settles it to the bottom, you know? And I'm terrible at panning. I know I lose stuff. All right, that's it for this run. Thanks for watching. We really appreciate. Don't forget to make a comment on this video in order to qualify to possibly win this bag of pay dirt. And remember, you must be present next Wednesday to win, okay? So leaving a comment isn't enough. All right, made my pitch. You guys have a great evening. Talk to you. Bye-bye.